At the beginning of the movie, we see a man named Victor. He waking up from sleep with no memories of his past. He looks around and sees very strange occurrences, as if everything is being created from start. He steps outside and realizes that this is not the real world. Buildings are floating in the air. Suddenly, a dark shadow known as a Reaper attacks him. To save Victor, 3 people arrive there and take him with them, but the Reaper continues to chase them. One of the 3 sacrifices himself by detonating a bomb to protect the others for allowing them to escape safely. On the way, a girl named Fly explains to Victor, this is a world of memories. Anyone who falls into a coma ends up here. Fly heals the injury of Victor's head. People in a coma gain certain powers and Fly shows Victor the place where they living, which is situated high up in the air. Then they take a bus whose back door connects to this place. Fly tells Victor this situation occurred because of a mix-up of memories. Then both reach the destination, where many people are gathered. A man named Yen, who has been living here for a long time and has even ventured out of this world once before, approaches them. Yen asks Fly to place him where he will stay. Fly takes Victor inside and tells him, there is an island here, where Reapers cannot reach. They are constantly searching for that place. Fly tells Victor, Yen trusts you a lot, that's why he brought you here. She shows him room and then leaves. Victor falls asleep and everything he dreams materializes in his room. After some times, Phantom visits to Victor and tells him he is the commander here. He takes Victor down to the ground and explains that people in a coma have special powers through their imaginations. To discover Victor's power, they tortured him, but it doesn't work. Victor reveals he was an architect in the real world. Then night happens. Everyone goes to sleep. Victor dreams again. He's seeing the accident that led to him coma, but he cannot recall it clearly when wakes up. The next morning, while he working with everyone, Phantom arrives there and takes some people to get explosives. Victor asks Phantom to take him along. On Yen's suggestion, Phantom agrees. On the way, they encounter Reapers and Victor asks where they came from. An astronomer explains him they are made from the brains of deceased coma patients, which transform them into Reapers. They reached the explosives area, but there are many guards. Phantom easily defeats the guards. While some are extracting the explosives and others are holding the chains, which bind the explosives, then Reapers arrive there. Phantom tells everyone to escape. They all starts running, but Victor calls everyone to come back, saying he will not hold the chain for long and that explosives will cause a disaster if that fall. Now everyone returns and grabs the chain. Victor then uses his imagination to create a bridge to safely lower the explosives. Phantom, in frustration, shoots. By causing it, chain breaks and the explosives starts to fall. Then Victor used his powers and created a bridge and saved all of them. Then they leave that place. At night, they all sits near fire. Everyone's happy with Victor's power. Yen suggests they need to create a place that exists in no one's memories, where the Reapers cannot reach. Victor agrees to build such place. Yen demotes Phantom and promotes Astronomer to commander due to Phantom's negligence that allowed the Reapers to arrive. The next day, they leave to find a place where the Reapers cannot reach, and Victor will create a new city there. But on the way, they encounter Reapers and now they split up to escape. One Reaper chases Victor and about to kill him. Then Tank arrives and saves him, taking him to Yen. Phantom then comes there and pulls out a device from Victor's jacket that attracts Reapers. Before Phantom can explain anything, Yen shoots him, now Phantom turning into a Reaper. He leaves from there. Now many Reapers arrived. Victor escapes from the coma world. Then we seeing Victor in a car with Fly, who actually his girlfriend, but he forgot her due to the coma. Victor was called that place for work, but they won't let Fly inside. Suspecting something, Fly gives a gun to Victor. Victor goes with them and meets Yen, who are the person which he had met in the coma world. Victor shows Yen pictures of the buildings which he designed. After seeing that, Yen takes Victor to a place where he has kept many people in a coma to create his own world. Yen had brought Victor to help him for achieve his goal. Yen's accomplices prepare to inject Victor for sending him coma. Then Victor uses the gun to escape from them. Fly takes car there, both running from there, but they get into an accident. They captured and sent into a coma. Now Victor and Fly are back in the coma world. After some times, Victor wakes up from the coma and sees Yen, who tells him Fly was sent into a coma 2 hours before him. In the coma world, 2 hours equates to many years. That's why Fly didn't recognize him. Yen explains that they want to create a perfect world where people can live for thousands of years happily. Victor argues that it's all a dream and nothing is real. Yen reminds him the Reapers are at the place where he left Fly and the others. If Reapers touch someone, their mind will begin to kill. Yen tells Victor if he can create a city with his imagination power at that place, then he will show them a way for out of the coma. Victor agrees and goes back into the coma. He wakes up in the same house. Now his memory recovers quickly. He remembers everything and goes to where his friends and Fly are. He tries to lead them out, and Yen also arrives in the coma world. Victor's claim that everything is a dream and they are lying in Yen's basement in the real world, but they all refuse to believe on him. Then Yen orders to Victor for use his imagination power to build a city. Victor now creates a city on the island with his powers. Now Yen tells them they were all living terrible lives in the real world. Some in asylums, others in prison, and Victor was about to commit suicide. This project gave him hope. Yen has decided to kill all of them. Due to that, they don't reveal anything about the real world to anyone, so now they cuts off their oxygen supply. Everyone starts to die slowly, and Yen leaves them. Now Victor remembers if he can reach the place where they are lying, then he can comes out from the coma. He tries to find that room but fails. He then recalls that there was an Egyptian painting in the room. Finding that painting will help them. At that moment, one of their companions dies. Now Yen arrives and tries to prevent them from going that place, but a Reaper comes and killed Yen. That Reaper is Phantom. He rescues both of them. Fly and Victor reach that place, but now Fly begins to die and Victor starts to come out from coma. When he comes out from coma, he quickly removes the injection from Fly's mouth and saved her life. They both escape from there and Yen is dead. Now Victor and Fly are together living. Victor makes simple building models. Their misunderstandings are also resolved. At the end, we see that Victor's still not completely happy with his life. He receives a letter from the same people who asking him to work with them again. Now Victor have to decide whether he enter to the coma or not. And that movie ends here.